Things are about to get underway here at the Monster Truck Physics Slam. On one side, we have the reigning champion Weapon of Mass Destruction. And on the other side, we have the challenger Fatal in Jewelry. Let's get things started in 3, 2, 1, slam! And it looks like Fatal in Jewelry won. Let's take it down to the action for an inside scoop.
This is Chip Schmidtley here reporting at the scene. Here we have an exclusive interview with our victor, Gunter Smorgasbord. Gunter, how do you feel about that absolute dub?
Well, Chip, I am extremely excited to have taken this dub. It was an extreme victory. I commend Mass Destruction, Weapon of Mass Destruction, for doing an amazing job. It was an all-around amazing experience. I commend my team for doing extreme work, helping this truck maintain itself throughout all the races this year, and it's been an amazing experience leading up to this point. Just glad to have taken this victory.
Alright guys, that's all you have here from me. Let's take it up to our boys in the booth, Chad and Brock. What's up guys, it's Chad Chadley.
And Brad Bangsley.
And here to talk about that epic crash. So Brad, what do you think about that crash that just happened?
Oh, it was absolutely epic. But don't you ever wonder what the science behind it is?
What?
Let's talk about that. Before we get to the final numbers, we have to know what we're even solving for. In short, we want to know how fast the cars are going at each peak or valley on the track and what the result of the crash between In Jewelry and Mass Destruction will be. The first equation used is to find potential energy and reads as potential energy equals mass in kilograms times gravity in meters per second times height in meters. We will do this for each peak and then use this number to calculate the velocity at the valley of each hill. Knowing that potential energy equals kinetic energy, we can plug this number into the next formula that reads as follows. Kinetic energy in joules equals half mass in kilograms times velocity squared in meters per second. And the final numbers. For car 1 with a mass of 40 grams, the initial potential energy is 0.216 joules, and the velocity in the middle valley reaching 3.286 meters per second. For car 2 with 40 grams, starting off with an initial potential energy of 0.322 joules, finished out with the final velocity in the middle being 4.012 meters per second.
But like Brad, how do we know how much force the drivers were experiencing?
Well, in terms of the final collision, we use an equilibrium expression where the sum of the mass times velocity of each car equals both cars' masses added times final velocity, assuming the cars stick together. These cars are colliding with an astounding 1.45 newtons of force. That's almost as much force as 60,000 grains of sand sitting on your barrel hand. Using the equation and plugging in the car's masses and velocities, we get a final moving velocity of 0.363 to the left. As seen before, In Jewelry has won!
So like, are you done?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
So make sure you tune in next week for another exciting episode of Monster Truck Physics Slam.
You can't go straight vertical.
Stuck to my fingers.
Hold it back like this. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Alright. Here we have our winner, Gunter Smorgasbord, on the scene. Gunter, how do you feel after your victory?
I don't even know what the line